It's like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. Except this creature is a jellyfish, and it's not just any jellyfish. It's an immortal jellyfish. It's called Turritopsis, dohrnii. And here's how it works. In the Mediterranean and the northern Atlantic, there's this one species of jellyfish that lives underwater. Its larvae float around in the ocean until they find something to attach to. They then grow into this very unassuming blob, kind of like a baby beluga whale. At this point, their life expectancy is around 40 days. But some say that the best things come to those who wait. In this case, that's very true. After about 4 weeks of being this little blob, they go through some extreme body horror stuff to turn into what we would call a mature jellyfish. They basically have to build an entirely new body. The tentacles of their bell grow longer and longer until eventually the old body gets chopped up by its own tentacles and is reabsorbed into its own body. Then the tentacles retract and the cycle is complete. They're now ready to mate. Now, normally, this would be the end of the story, except this species of jellyfish can actually do that all over again. After mating, they can revert back to that early stage blob. So basically, they get to be little blobs doing blob stuff for a few weeks, then become a fully functioning adult. Once they've finished being an adult, they can go back to being a blob and start the whole thing over again. They basically skipped the part where you have to grow up. If you ask me, that sounds pretty great. But scientists are interested in this because they think that understanding the mechanism that lets this jellyfish live forever could help us with beating aging in humans. Immortality might sound a bit too much to ask for, but just an extra decade or two of healthy, non-senile life would be pretty great. Now, it's not like scientists are going to take these jellyfish, zap them with a magic wand, and suddenly be able to replicate their anti-aging effects in humans. This isn't the 1960s. There has to be actual science involved. This species of jellyfish has a gene called TD-SIR2, which stands for Turritopsis dohrnii. SIR2! Now, SIR2 genes have been found in all sorts of organisms from yeast to people. Basically, all living things have SIR2 genes. We humans have 3 of them. The SIR2 gene makes proteins that help repair DNA. If you've got a broken heart, your DNA can actually physically break down. A lot of aging research focuses on fixing this sort of damage to the DNA because repairing the damage caused by aging may slow the aging process down. But while other animals like us only have 3 of these SIR2 genes, this immortal jellyfish has 36. What's more, it seems like having these extra copies of the gene might actually be the thing that allows them to revert back to that immature stage. When they were studying this gene in a lab, researchers noticed that when the jellyfish were exposed to heat shock, meaning a really high temperature, the cells of the jellyfish seemed to revert back to an earlier developmental stage. Now, this is really complicated stuff, and there's still a lot that scientists don't know, but this might be what allows the jellyfish to basically hit replay on its life. The big question is why? Why would evolution select for an animal that doesn't seem to die? Jellyfish do die sometimes. It's usually when they run out of food or get eaten. But if conditions are good, it seems like they should be able to keep on keeping on forever. To answer this question, scientists did what any self-respecting scientists would do. They kept some of these jellyfish in a lab in perfect conditions. Basically, they gave them everything they could possibly want, and then some. It turns out that even when they had everything they needed, the jellyfish still got old and died. So maybe immortality isn't quite as simple as having lots of copies of a certain gene. Maybe there's some other environmental factor at play, something that scientists just haven't thought of yet. The scientists behind this study said that more research needs to be done to understand whether the immortal jellyfish can truly live forever, or if they were just really, really good at hiding their age. Aging is a huge, complex process, so finding one thing that might be able to extend human lifespan a little bit is a big deal. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll figure out how to add a couple of decades to our lifespan, but in the meantime, we're going to keep on trucking. So, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, hit like and let us know in the comments below. Are you ready to live forever? Or is there some other scientific discovery you'd rather see first? As always, it's me. This has been Seashow. Don't forget to keep on thinking.